Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. It is Hunter and today we're going to be unboxing, setting up, and doing a demo of the 2022 Strawman animatronic. Alright, so it is a little late at night. I'm super excited to be doing this unboxing. I know it's been about 2 months since I did my last unboxing and I've just been really busy. So I'm thankfully able to get an unboxing video done for you guys and I hope you guys enjoy it. So yeah, I guess let's get right into it. Alright, so I just adjusted the camera angle a little bit just so you guys can see what I'm unboxing here. I'm a little rusty with all my video stuff because it's been a while, but I have several other videos that I need to film and put out and edit. So hopefully I'll get those out to you guys here in a little bit. But let's focus on this guy. And before I actually start opening him up, I'm going to lift his box up and just show you his art here. So that's just the front of his box there. Show you the sides. Mine, I did order mine from the Spirit Halloween website. Mine kind of came, the box at least came a little damaged, but the features on them, there's nothing cosmetically wrong with them. And then this side there, and then the back as well. So if you guys want to pause, you guys can read the story on there. I'm not going to bother reading it or anything. Flip this around here. Hopefully this video isn't too long. I know normally I have quite long videos, and I'm trying to work on that because I know, a lot of people don't want to sit here and just watch me open up an animatronic. But there's a few people out there, so I just want to try to reach to everybody and not just a certain few people. So this is what the top of his box looks like. It's kind of hard to see. I'm just going to move his box back a little bit. That's what we're seeing in the top here. So I'm just going to start pulling stuff out and I'll let you know what I'm grabbing here. Alright, so it looks like I have one of his boots. This is part H. So that's really cool. It has the holes on the bottom of it. So we got a boot there. We got one of his hands, part J. I really do like the detail in his hands. I love scarecrow props. They're creepy and they're just awesome altogether. That, we have his other hand, part K. Again, it's basically just the same thing. He has the same hand mold as Hugs the Clown, which is pretty cool. See what else we can pull out here. We got his bag of clothing and everything with the instructions, his rope for his chest. I'm assuming his hat's in here and everything. So there's that. We have his other boot here. That one's also part H. That there. We have his leg poles and everything. We got the leg foams. This one's I think. And same with this one. So there's two leg foams. Strawman is quite a skinny prop, which I think is cool because sometimes the proportions are like, like a human, which makes sense for some animatronics. But I think for, some of the monster animatronics, you got to make the portions a little like not right, I guess. Just because they're a monster, obviously. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull this out. This is his like shoulder form. Assuming this is his head. Open this up. I really, really like the Strawman animatronic. I'm so happy that I purchased him. First thing I'm seeing here, we have his like neck pole with the wing nut screw in it, so it can tighten his servo. He is a servo animatronic, if some of you guys didn't know. He is on the Spirit Halloween website right now, and he's on sale for I think $250 USD. I probably paid close to 500 for mine Canadian, but I mean it was all worth it. I love animatronics so much that I'm willing to spend the money on them. This is Strawman's head. He has such an awesome detailed head. I love the strings on his mouth. His eyes light up yellow. And then on the bottom here, it's kind of hard to see, but he's got quite a complex head there. This metal rod is his connection point. So that's Strawman's head. Then, whoops, we can pull out his mechanism here. He has a very, very complex mechanism just because of his movement. It's a very different movement. There's no other animatronic like it. So this is his whole mechanism. Hopefully, I'll never have to fix him. That's his box there. It looks like we just have the jack, the speaker jack, volume control on off sensor, and then the try me port there. So that's his body frame. Sorry, I'm really out of it right now. We got his adapter there, and then last but not least, we have his base. The base is very important. He does have the little, I don't, you guys got to see it, the little caps there that his shoes slide into, so they don't, slide around. But that is all of his parts. So let's get to building him. All right, so we have his base in place there. I have his leg pulls here. You're gonna need a pair of scissors or X-Acto knife of some kind. I'm just gonna. Oh, there you go. Get the other one. All right. Let's see. All right, so it looks like I want to say we do. Yeah. All right, so we do the angled ones here, just like so. So the angled ones go on first. And then before we put the other ones on, we can go ahead and throw his shoes on, which are part H. Just slide those over. And then we can actually grab his leg foams, which are part I. Actually, we're going to put the other black pulls on before we do the foam and everything. So the part C leg pulls gets slide on, and we can slide the foam way over, making sure that the top of the last black pulley connected is visible. Right? So we basically have his legs and everything assembled. Now you can go ahead and grab his bag of clothing. Just dump this out on the floor. So we got his pants here. There is a right and wrong way that they go. So the way that they are facing you guys right now is the way that they should go. I really like the fact that he has the straw on the bottom of him. I think it's just, an extra detail that adds a little pizzazz to the animatronic. Go ahead, slide the other pant leg on. Feel free if you guys have any questions or comments about the animatronic, or if you guys want to see anything different in the videos, feel free to comment down below. So we got his legs and everything on here. We can go ahead and grab the mechanism itself, and it is a 2-point connection, so it connects to both leg pulls here, and then just gets snap locked into place. That one didn't quite go in. There we go. Then we can actually go ahead and make sure that any of the visible wires need to be connected. So I have this rainbow one I need to connect there, and I think that's really it for now. Pull his pants up. Just move that out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and open up his adapter here. There we go. He does have quite a long adapter, which I do like when animatronics have them, because you really never know where you're gonna put them, and the long adapters really come in handy. So we're gonna do all this up first. Okay, plug that in. Perfect. Actually, now that I think about it, I messed something up here. So for the shirt, it has a small hole on it because of how tiny his like waist is, I guess. Um, you're supposed to, before you connect the body frame here, or like the mechanism itself, you're supposed to slide the shirt over, then connect it and pull it over instead of pulling it like down like you normally would. So I'm gonna quickly cut here, and then I'll get back to you, and then I'll pull the shirt up. Sorry, guys. All right, so I just got the shirt all done up. He does have a sensor in his shirt there, so what we can do is, once I find it, wherever it is, oh, it does have a wire coming out of it, and it is just a rainbow one. I believe it's blue, black, and red, which is that wire there. So we're gonna connect that one, and then we're gonna go grab his plastic and metal shoulder frame, which just gets snapped into place. You really can't mess that up. So we have a sensor all plugged in. So far, so good. Only made a couple mistakes, but that's okay. Sometimes it's better to make the mistakes now than find out later. Alright. I'm having a hard time trying to stay up there. What I'm going to go ahead and do next is grab his arms. Whoops. I forgot to pull his pants back up. There we go. Fix up the shirt. Now I do find, because of the straw on his arms, it is very difficult to thread the arms through. The hay likes to get stuck, but we got her on that one. There is a little piece of Velcro on the hand itself, and there's a Velcro piece on the shirt, the end of the shirt there, just so the clothing doesn't slide down. It's pretty tight around his arms. I don't know if you guys can really see there. But if I find it, which it is, I think, right there. Yep. There we go. There's one hand. Kind of fix up his hand there. Gonna have to pull him over this way a little bit, so we can attach the other hand. Oops. Alright. I think one thing that I don't necessarily like about his arms is the fact that the hands and the arms don't detach. I guess it saves the number count of how many pieces there are. It's just, I think it would have made it a little bit more easy for when you repackage the animatronic, just because the arms are quite tricky to try and maneuver into the box. So we are basically almost done here, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and grab his collar here. I don't have a letter on it, just because normally I take the letters off, but that just basically gets set on there. We can take our part F, which has the little wing nut thing there. So the purpose of the nut is to make sure that the servo head stays in place, doesn't move too much. It's kind of just fine tuning You gotta position it to your liking. Um, it won't be perfect, but as long as you're happy with it, that's what counts. Um, again, so here's the head. That's what the head looks like. It is really an awesome piece. I really love this animatronic. He does have, maybe it's a tree, or I don't know if that's just a random one or if I'm going crazy. Huh. I think it might just be a random one that just got pushed down a little bit. That's okay. So we can just put the wires kind of down into his shirt through his collar there. So when you buy him most servo animatronics brand new, the nut is already tightened a little bit. So you might have to untighten it. Now I found that you don't want to have it like, super tight. You still want it a little loose. But like I said before, it's just a matter of fine tuning everything. It took me about 10 or 15 minutes to find a looseness, I guess, to the whatchamacallit, the screw, because his head would either not move enough, his head would move like way too much to the side, or just something silly like that. So we are just connecting the last little wire here that goes up to his head. Just trying to figure out the orientation it goes in. Okay. That is perfect. So what you can, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. Sorry if that was loud to anybody. So there are some Velcro pieces here on the mask itself, or the latex. And there's some Velcro on the scarf thingy. I don't know what you call it. It's been a long day, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so we got that there. We can actually go ahead and grab his hat. Now, one thing I really do enjoy about his hat is there's a wire in it, so you can really pose it any way you like. I kind of have mine in like a hooked position, kind of like that, just because it looks neat. It just really depends on what you want on the hat. I think that one kind of looks cool. So there's a piece of Velcro on the inside of his hat there. Pull some of that down. Pull the hat down itself. You can do some fine tuning there. Make sure it's up to your liking. Everything looks pretty good here. The last thing that we need to put on is his rope. Now, I believe on the box, this is what I did specifically. I kind of double looped it, so it was just kind of like that. Then I ran it behind him, just right under the sensor. And then I believe I just put it right through, maybe, and then tied it. Yeah, kind of like that. Like, it's definitely not perfect, but I mean, it's just more for like the aesthetic look of it, I guess. But that is basically Strawman, completely set up. I really appreciate you guys. Whoop, my head was a little out of frame there. I don't know if you guys can really see his head. Just give me 1 second, and I'm gonna cut so you guys can see his full body here. All right, there we go. So I just adjusted the camera a little bit just so you guys can see a little bit more of his body there. So obviously there's definitely some amazing things about this. I love the hay. made basically gave him hair. I love the hair on the sleeves and the end there. He's just overall an amazing prop. He's so different. Um, and he released in 2022 in Spirit Halloween. I believe he was in uh, I think he might have actually been in online only at that time. He's been in store a couple of times, which is awesome, and I'm just so happy that I was able to pick him up before he's no longer on the website. But right now, I would definitely recommend if you're looking for one, go check out the Spirit Halloween website, spirithalloween.com. They have them on for I think it's like 250 USD, um, which is a steal if you're in the US, but if you're in Canada, you're looking at maybe 550 for him. But I think he's a great animatronic. It's totally worth it. So that's enough of me yapping. So let's get to the demo. All right, so I have him on sensor mode right now. I'm just gonna connect my mic to the back of him. You might hear a little bit of squeaking. That's just his movement and everything. But I'm gonna go through a couple of his phrases and everything. So if you don't hear me, my mic's over here. So let's get to the demo. I'm just gonna I think I'll maybe I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Maybe I'll just put it. I'm gonna put it. Whoops. I'm gonna put it right at the bottom of his shirt there. So if you hear rubbing, it's just him, moving back and forth. But just I'm going quiet. Enjoy.
It's nights like this when the border between worlds grows thin. You never know what is lurking in the shadows, or right behind you. Stay close and keep your limbs closer. You wouldn't want to lose any.
I'm just gonna grab the mic just so you guys can hear maybe a little bit better. I don't know how bad the quality is, so I'm just gonna hold the mic up close to him just so you guys can hear a little bit better here.
Did you know that this land is cursed? The original farmer buried his victims in this very field. They say it helped to keep his soil nice and fertilized. Would you care to see where the remains lie?
I think you might have one more phrase, so we'll just go over that one.
I've been keeping these tools nice and sharp, just in case the farmer's spirit returns this year. I think he will be very pleased with how I've been running things, and I'm sure he'll be thrilled to see you.
Alright, so I'm just gonna unplug him here. So that was the Strawman. Not to mention, but his phrases are amazing. I love like the creepiness of them, I guess. Like they're not simple, like cheesy phrases. Like they really put some thought into them, and I think that really ties them together, especially his voice. I think his voice is amazing. He's such an awesome animatronic, and I just can't get enough of him. Every time I see him going, I could just watch him go for hours and hours and hours. Um, but thank you guys to English. Thank you everybody who watched the video, watched all the way to the end. I really appreciate all of your help. I'm almost at 500 subscribers, and I couldn't be here without all of you guys, and just you know I couldn't. I'm at a loss for words, I guess. I started this channel when I was 13, and I'm almost 16 years old now. And I'm just so happy that I got to, slowly grow up and build this channel and learn things about, film and, microphones, even though my microphone's probably not the best of quality. I just appreciate everybody who watches my videos and just enjoys them. And it's just enjoyment for me to share my passion of, animatronics and horror stuff. So again, thank you guys very much. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.